Check it out. We're here. We're here live. We are. Oh, I'm all tied down here. That's what happens when you go outside and you got wires. I did this last week from outside. People seemed to like it. And they said, why don't you do another broadcast from out in your yard, Tom? So here it is. Welcome to Woke Week. Woke Week! I had a video last week because I was doing it from my phone and I edited it in there, but the Woke Week was not live. So let's try it, shall we? I think I have to share my screen. Bear with me while I get used to this. Share screen. Okay, share screen. And now we're going to go like that, and we're going to play it. I don't know if that worked, but if it did, it did. Did it work? I'm looking at the comments here. Hello from Guam, watching from Guam. I wanted to do a follow-up because I did Woke Week last week, and I talked about Lady A, Lady Antebellum, changed their name to Lady A. And I said, that's not going to work out well. And it turned out that there was an artist, a black artist named Lady A, and they stole her name. And when they found out about it, they said, oh, we're going to work it out. We respect her and we can share the name. And I thought, they're not going to share the name. They're Lady Antebellum. They're bigger than her. They're going to crush her in court. I said that, didn't I? Do you remember me saying that? Maybe I'm adding to my soothsayer status, but I said they're going to crush her. That's the only way this thing can possibly end. And of course, that's exactly what happened. Lady A, they went into meetings with her. They brought their lawyers. Lady A didn't like what was going on. And Lady Antebellum sued her. So they took her to court. So now they're suing her. These people who tried to be woke and sensitive and everything like that, changing their name because it has antebellum in it. And antebellum means before the war, which means civil war, which means that they're terrible people or something. Idiots. And so they changed their name to be politically correct, but they did the most politically incorrect thing you could do. They totally dissed a black artist. What a bunch of idiots. So now they're claiming, where is it here? See if I can share my screen here. Can you see that? I won't even waste my screen share with the Lady Antebellum story because we all know how it turned out and it's fairly hilarious. The thing I wanted to talk about today, though, which people asked me about, because last week I said that I was highly opposed to this Karen situation. You know, people calling people Karens and making fun of these women who kind of lose it in public and have a public breakdown, and then they film them, and then their lives are ruined. That woman in Central Park with the jerky bird watcher, and that guy was a jerk. Almost in every situation, I will defend these Karens because they're women on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I think that was a film. I look over here as if I have a producer. I don't. There's nobody here. These women are on the verge of a breakdown. They're losing it. And then when someone starts filming them, they lose it even more. They get nervous. They start screaming. And it's very terrible. So filming them is bad enough. Then putting it online for everyone to see and then saying, Twitter, do your job, do your work, everyone, find out who she is, get her fired. And they get her fired every time. And then she has to come on and tearfully apologize when she shouldn't. She has to say, why did you violate me in such a way? So I will always defend these Karens because they're essentially vulnerable women. And I thought we were supposed to be sympathizing with vulnerable women. You know what it's like to be a woman, you know, a single woman in New York. She goes for a jog and then some guy starts filming her. She got you know, she lost her temper, whatever. So I will always defend these Karens. Somebody said to me, hey, what about this guy? What about this male Karen? You can't possibly defend him. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can. You probably saw the guy in the Costco who lost his cool. He lost his cool in a Costco. He's one of these mask guys. He doesn't want to wear a mask. I sympathize with him too because I can't stand the mask scold crowd. I don't go to Costco because I don't want to get in fights with people. I'm not going to do it. And so, you know, I'd just rather stay here in my yard until all this idiocy blows over. Okay. So this guy was in Costco. He had his mask off and people started, getting mad at him like the masked people do. And then he got into a fight with someone, and he lost it. He lost it. Let's look at him because I have the video. Let's do the screen share here. I hope this screen share thing is working. So let's try it here. Screen share. Share the screen, and then I'm gonna go here and we're gonna watch the video of this guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. It's the guy in the Costco who lost it. And just to show you how radical I am, I'm going to show you the video, and you're going to say you can't possibly defend this guy. Of course, I'll defend him. Okay, so he gets in a fight. Back off. Here's the guy talking now. This is the best part. Here's the guy talking because he did a radio interview. And you know why I love this guy? Now, first of all, this is why I will defend this guy. I will defend him because he was having a breakdown. And of course, he's not supposed to act like that. But like, this is like the worst moment of his life because he's having or maybe not the worst moment of his life, but this is one of his bad times where he's losing his temper. And then he sees he's being filmed. And as I said last week about these Karen women, just like with this guy, they get more nervous and more angry that they're being filmed because they know that something bad is going to happen when somebody puts this onto Twitter. They don't necessarily know they're going to be fired, but they're losing it, right? So he loses his temper and he yells at the guy. So what? I mean, come on. I see people yell at each other all the time, like every day of the week. And this guy seems kind of like, it seems like the guy's a pretty cool guy, okay? I mean, he seems like the kind of guy I would probably want to hang out with. He's got a bit of a short temper. He probably lifts weights. I don't know. So here he is. Here's Dan Maples talking to a radio, and he's not that apologetic, which I love. Here he is. All right. Okay, so he starts talking about the cancer. Why don't we go back to the screen here? I'll stop sharing my screen. Maybe I didn't share it all. Did I do a screen share for you there? You can't see it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go back because I screwed it up. I'm using this new StreamYard technology, but because I screwed it up, I'm going to do it. You got to see the video of the guy I'm talking about so you can see what I meant here. Okay, so let's do the screen share and share screen. And that's it. The share entire screen application window. I'm going to share. Okay, share the screen and let's go to the video. I'm learning technology as we speak here, guys. So here's the guy's video. Okay, so there he is. That's what I'm talking about. The guy's basically saying, look, I lost it, but I'm not used to dealing with these kind of things. Here we go. Let's go to the screen share. Maybe my screen share is not working. Or whatever. If it doesn't work, that's how my tech works. Okay, so my tech isn't working that great. But you know the guy I'm talking about, the guy who lost it in the Costco. His life is ruined now. He got fired just because he yelled at somebody in a Costco. The villain in this story, once again, is the person with the camera. The punchline of this story is at the end of that news story about this guy who lost his job. They said, we contacted the person who posted the video, and he wants to remain anonymous because he's afraid of backlash. Well, of course he wants to remain anonymous. That's the whole point. Everybody wants to remain anonymous. The guy taking the video doesn't want angry people contacting him. And this guy, has no choice in the matter because the video is all over the place. and now his life is ruined. He's got a family. And so what I'm saying is, as in the case of the Karens, this yelling man who everyone is laughing about, I swear, I have not seen anyone defend this guy. Not anyone. I will absolutely say this video should not have been posted online. People should not be sharing it with each other. And the guy shouldn't have been fired just because he yelled at somebody. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And we often talk about power. Oh, this person. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy with his white privilege and his power. Oh, this dude's an angry male, whatever. The one with the power in that situation is the guy with the phone, because he's about to ruin someone's life and he knows it. And he says, I'm going to ruin this guy's life. And he puts it online and he says, and they put this guy's video online and you could see it on Twitter. People within minutes, they said, Twitter, do your work. And they found out his LinkedIn page. They contacted his employer. The employer fired him. It's really ridiculous. And these people are so proud of themselves for doing this. It's so evil. It's so evil, those people. And they think they're the virtuous ones. And then people call the guy's machine, and you didn't hear that because I screwed up the technology, but they called the guy's machine, and they were leaving all these foul-mouthed messages on the machine and everything, and saying, I hope you die of COVID and all this other stuff. Why do these people think they're the virtuous ones? They're terribly evil. And then this guy is just a dude who lost his temper for a couple of minutes. And then he went back to normal, except it wasn't normal because he lost his job and his life is ruined. I hope he puts it together. I guess he was in real estate. Hopefully, what I think he should do is lean into this and become just, you know, a freedom-talking hero or something. I think he should start a podcast. And I miss you, Tom. Your radio show, the best part of my day. Thank you so much. You know, some of you people, I'm just reading your messages. And this is why I started doing these, because people were messaging me saying, Tom, why don't I get to see you? Why don't I get to see your commentaries? Tom, I miss you on Fox. But I'm on Fox all the time. You do know that, right? I do Gutfeld Show all the time. And I'm on Fox Nation a lot. And if you want me to plug some Fox Nation stuff, I'm actually going to be on Who Can Forget once again. If you go on, if you guys are subscribers to Fox Nation, go on Fox Nation or go on and get the free trial and watch Who Can Forget. It's a great show where we kind of just try to have fun with recent history via the media. It's a lot of fun, and I'm taping some more of those. I'm going into Fox on Thursday and taping some more of those. So anyway, I just wanted to say, I'm laughing about Lady A. I will defend all Karens. I will defend anyone who is humiliated on camera. And who, you know, just, it's bad enough to humiliate people. But then it'd be one thing if this guy threw a tantrum in Costco and then they humiliated him online. And then he went into work like in the old days when something embarrassing happened to you. And everyone was like, dude, I saw you on the internet. Whoa, you really lost it in the Costco. And he was like, whatever, bro. Like, that would be fine. But that's not what happens. He doesn't go back into work. They put his things in a box and they put them outside the building. That's what happens to somebody who just had not even a bad day, but a bad like 45 seconds. And then people filming, oh, we're getting him. Do your work, Twitter. Such miserable people. And I will go so far as to say that they are evil. They are behaving in an evil way. And so I will defend all of these people who are having meltdowns. All of them. I know you probably want me to talk about the bigger issues, but I can't do it. I can't talk about what's going on in the world today and the mass hysteria that we are finding ourselves in. Just follow Alex Berenson, if you would. Follow Alex Berenson on Twitter. He's a great, great hero. He is a smart guy, former New York Times reporter. He is dispelling all the COVID myths as they happen, as they're unfolding. He is a voice of sanity and reason. He will not buy into the mass hysteria, and he presents everything very soberly and with facts. And he's just a great, for some reason, he's a lone voice in the wilderness. I don't know why, it's just him. And every once in a while, people, Tucker and other people have him on Fox News. I heard him on Bill Hemmer's podcast the other day. people give him a little bit of time. Hey, here's the contrarian voice. He's just the only guy out there who is at all behaving rationally in the media. I mean, it's unbelievable. Maybe I overstate it. There's a few other people. There's plenty of other people, but he's the best one. Follow Alex Berenson on Twitter. But I just can't talk to these people. I can't argue with the mask people, with the the mask scold. I can't argue with I can't talk to any of these people, because we are living in a ridiculous time, and we are living in a mass hysteria, and it will all be over soon, because eventually mass hysterias end. Guys, we'll talk to you soon. I know that this wasn't the most tidy thing, but I am learning this. There's nothing wrong with the technology. I think that StreamYard has fairly good technology, but I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. I guess we're starting a tradition where I have a beer at the end of these, but I'm drinking Montauk India Pale Ale. Cheers. I'm going to go watch the 5. See if I can bring the Woke Week theme song up. Screen share. Share the screen. Let's share an application window, the QuickTime Player, and let's share it. And here we go. Watch this. Did that work? Let's hope so. I'm going to leave the studio now. Talk to you soon.